Welcome back, RHODYfoody fam. Let's take off this damn seatbelt. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Join us on YouTube memberships. That's like Patreon. Just think about it as Patreon, but built in on RHODYfoody YouTube channel. Also, join us Wednesdays Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m., where we just hang out on live. So today is hashtag local love. No tray ski because, you know, this is handheld. We are at a place, we got a chicken shawarma from a place called Baba Ghannooj. I just ate I just had an olive, so that's probably what just got spit out as I was saying Baba Ghannooj. So we're gonna take a quick bite and then quick story, man. This is how much I love New England. So if anybody knows, usually sometimes I'm one of those uncultured people, and I'll take this all off because I want all the juices and drop-ins right in the mouth. But we're gonna eat it with the situation on here. Yeah. Super fresh, baby. All great things in there. The owner, Tony, just met him for the first time tonight. Sorry, it's getting a little chilly these days. He was telling me how he makes the olives. He pits them out. Thank you. Thank you. I don't need another cracked tooth. He pits them out and he says he lets them marinate in like olive oil and a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, it's fantastic. He also has toom there. If anybody doesn't know what toom is, you can find it at Trader Joe's under garlic spread. But honestly, garlic is the best thing for you. And I could eat like a gallon of it. It's so good. It's got hummus in there, some spicy jump off, banana peppers, tomatoes. What else do we put in it? Tzatziki. What else do you have in there? Also, I don't know what it is about like Mediterranean places like this, but it just, as the young kids would say, it slaps. Translation, it's really good. But that can, it has to be canned. Si me gusta. So I looked at the toom and it didn't look like that many people had ordered it, right? Because either that, he just refilled it. But I was like, dude, is that toom? I didn't say dude, but I was like, is that toom? He goes, yeah, my friend. And I was like, oh, I love toom. Ever since one of my Lebanese friends introduced me to toom, I can't stop eating it. So he's telling me, and I tell him I was messing with him a little bit. You know, it's a lot of people use it instead of mayo on sandwiches, or like he put a nice, because he saw how excited I was, he put a nice generous layer on this. And I was telling him, like, you know, my Lebanese friend Philippe is the one that introduced me to it. And he's like, Philippe? He's like, last name? And I gave him the last name. And he's like, I know Philippe. I used to work for him back in the day. I was like, no way. This is in Massachusetts. I mean, Massachusetts and Rhode Island are so, like, I almost said wicked close. That's super New England. It's super close together. So there's a lot of over the border relationships, I guess you can say, between the Commonwealth and the state. And I'm telling, so he was going back and forth, and he showed me this old photo from like 1995. And I was like, can I take a photo of that, please? And that's awesome that like he found it so fast. So I took a photo. I'm going to send it to Philippe and be like, dude, I'm out here keeping tabs on you. But that's how small Rhode Island is. He used to work at a place called, I think, Hot Pockets back in the day. And I think it's still open on Thayer Street. I think it is. And they worked together there. And then I don't know if Philippe owned it or was the manager. But that's how small Rhode Island is like you just start talking and there's going to be like, what's that game? The Kevin Bacon, like 3 degrees of separation. It's literally the perfect food. It's basically a Mediterranean burrito. Or our burritos Mexican wraps. Discussion for another day. You can taste just the way that he's like my friend. The olives, I make them. I don't buy them. I make them. And it's true, man. Like when people make stuff, it just tastes different. It just tastes different. That's why one of my favorite burgers of all time, it's going to be at Howie's in North Providence. Chef Sarah makes her own freaking cheese. She makes her own cheese. Can we just talk about that for a minute? The dedication. I needed this too because we have a photo shoot in like a couple hours. And your boy needs an energy level. It's a photo shoot to promote our New Year's Eve event. I'll share some photos on here too. Or if you guys want to check out our Instagram, go give us a little follow over there. Side question here. This is for all my car people. The Subaru, everyone keeps telling me Subarus are great cars. All the mechanics be like, dude, that's a solid car. But there's just something always happening. So as you guys know, a couple of videos ago, I think my coolant has like a leak or something. So in like 3 days, it was almost all the way down. That's not normal. So I filled it up. But like I'm still getting that burning smell. Now, did I accidentally spill some on the engine or something and it's burning it off? Or is my engine overheating? But my little thingy, my heat gauge over here, it's not going up. It's staying right in the middle. I don't know. So I'm gonna have it go checked out. And I think I'm due for a tune-up too. Because aren't you supposed to get tune-ups like every third oil change? Is it every third? Is it every fifth? I don't know. I think what I'm going to do for my, whenever we decide or can or able, blessed by the universe, backed by hard work, if we get a new car that's not a fully electric vehicle, which is where I'm leaning, and I know some of you are like, hey, what the hell's going on? Is I think I'm gonna have like a little note, like a little planner in the car, and just keep track of all the stuff, like when you're supposed to do it. But every time I take this to the mechanic, they go, yeah, we fixed your issue. That's a solid car, man, especially for the year. Which is, this is a 07. Damn, so this thing is 15 years old? But again, they all tell me it's freaking solid. All right, guys, this is where it gets messy. Hold on. It's like when you get bottom to the burrito and all the salsa and the meat juices, just everything collects on the bottom. Best bite is that last bite. In my humble opinion, I'm gonna check the oil too. Although, it shouldn't be an issue. Solid, my friends. Muy solid. Can you see now why we couldn't do the tray? Whew. Dang it. That's can I speak? That actually made your boy a little sleepy. That had the opposite effect. So anyways, to give you guys an update, New Year's Eve, we're calling it a vintage Halloween, a vintage Hollywood ball. And so it's going to be really cool. I'm more of the producer. I'm behind the scenes, but everyone's dressed up. We have like 6 to 8 people coming, and I think we're going to take some really cool photos. So I'm really excited to share those with you guys. I'm trying really hard to bring more events back to Rhode Island, especially, the last couple years. I'm just about bringing people together, man. I want to bring people together, and I want them smiling, and I want them having fun. And events are just a great way to do that. So we're investing in a lot of like entertainment and production and everything else. So, multiple rooms of entertainment. Halloween was a great, I had 2 big events within 1 week of each other. We had the Taste of Rhode Island, which was about 1,000 people. And then we had Halloween, which was I think 400 or 500 people. So, trying to get 1,500 people out these days and within 1 week of each other was a big, daunting task. But I want to double down. I want to do bigger events. I want to do more events. I just think I think it's important. I think it's important to get out there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love chilling on the couch with brisket and doing absolutely nothing but watching. I just finished Blockbuster. It's so funny. There's a show called Blockbuster on Netflix, and Netflix is the one that killed Blockbuster. Can you imagine pitching that idea? Hey, guys, listen. And it's so funny. In the show, they blame Amazon for Blockbuster going out of business. They're like, you know what? It's like, don't watch movies on Amazon. People need to get together and come out. And it's like, Netflix, you're the one that actually killed Blockbuster. Do you guys remember Blockbuster was trying so hard? They tried doing a streaming service. I don't know if you guys remember that. And, well, actually, no. Yeah, they tried. But before that, they started doing where you can rent movies and have them delivered to you. And you can do it by mail. I remember that. I remember on Netflix, man. So for all you young people out there, when Netflix, before it was a streaming service, you could go on and rent 3 movies, but you had a queue. So it would be like you're not promised that movie, but if you select 6, you'll get a few of them. And then when you return them, your name will bump up for getting the next movie. So, and I think Blockbuster tried doing that, and then they tried using the store as a like, hey, do you want to come in and you can just drop off the movie at a Blockbuster, or you can do like 3 movies, rent 3 movies anytime as long as you bring back those 3. You can. It was just, and just the Blockbuster, a video store concept. Think about it. You come in, you rent it. I think what'd you get? Like 3 days, 4 days, maybe 5 days, and then you had to return it or you got late fees. It's just a model that I don't think would work anymore these days, since everything is just digital. And I have this small, guys, I don't know why I have this in my head, but I just do. I have this concept in my head of wanting to open up a retail store. And I know what you're thinking right now. But I have this concept of wanting to open up a retail space where it's kind of divided up. So part of it on the corner, I kind of want it to be like a mini flea market consignment shop a little bit, where not so much a pawn shop. I don't want people coming in trying to pawn things. But if you want to sell something, we'll split 50-50. If it sells, if not, you can come by and pick it up if you want. Excuse me. Some dairy in there, huh? There we go. Beep, beep, boop. And so the corner being that, and then another corner being merch that we design, very Rhode Island, New England-y type stuff. Hats, sweatshirts, shirts, things like that. Put that in the corner. On the other side, I want it to be almost like a little mini farmer's market. And what I mean by that is not carrying lettuce and stuff like that, but instead catering things that are shelf, right? The non-perishable stuff, like, hot sauces from around Rhode Island and New England, pickles, popcorn, candy, chocolate, anything that's like packaged and able to sell at retail. Do kind of like a little Rhody mart on that side, and then also use it as another office space that we can use to meet up, have meetings, do content. But anything in that store, you can also get it online, right? So it's still connected to an online store that's available for everybody. Because I get so many comments, or when I travel, people are like, oh, I really miss like Dell's lemonade, or like the stuff that you could probably get from Dell's themselves if you wanted to, but they don't really promote it out to the masses, right? So what I would do is I would go live on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, for whatever the store's name. I would start all those different channels for that. And then what I really love about that is that they basically do like live packaging. So, they set up their different devices and they're just sitting there packaging up. And then people be like, hey, can you package up order 337? So you go up, you're like 337, yep, beepity boop. All right, you ordered 1 hot sauce, and you ordered some Dell's lemonade. You ordered a T-shirt. You also, it looks like you scooped up a painting from our little. Actually, that would be kind of difficult for inventory. That part of it. So scratch the little flea market part for online. But, you're doing all this, beepity boop, you package it up, and it's cool. Like, you're interacting with online, and then hopefully, you have some walk-in traffic. But all of that only works, and I wish I knew some people that had vacant retail space that was just doing nothing. There's this really cool concept in Sacramento called Pop-Up, or is it Oakland? Pop-Up Neighborhood, where they basically give empty spaces out to people to use as retail, because what it does, it actually activates an area. So instead of having, like, let's say there's a building with like 6 empty storefronts, but like down the street there's a restaurant, down the street there's a gas station, right? There's like auxiliary businesses, but this one building just has empty spaces. So what they do is they give it out for free. And I know that in America you're like, oh, give it out for free. But what it does, it has this really cool thing where it starts bringing more people to the area, right? So now that restaurant's making money. People are stopping by and getting gas over there. It's making the place hip and cool and everything else. And they do this 1 year thing. And then after the year, what usually happens is the business just needed that 1 year to get off the ground. Whereas if they were, barreled under all these bills, they wouldn't have gotten past that 1 year. Right. So what happens is after the year, they predetermine a price. Usually they do it on a scale to like scale them up and, get to the market cap. Right. And, most of those people, some will be like, all right, we tried. Yeah, this concept's just not working. So they won't sign a lease for the next year. But some are like, dude, we're making like money. This concept actually, it's proven concept. We can do it, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. So they end up signing a lease. So now what you have is, instead of having empty 6 storefronts, now you have them full for a year. Maybe 1 or 2 won't sign, but now you have 4 paying tenants. And then you try the concept with 2 others to see if that'll get up going. And then eventually you have 6 full tenants, and now you have some activity, some economic activity in that area. So my whole point being is I wish I knew someone who would give me a space for a year for free to help an area, but that's a long shot. But it's also very hard. Like, I'm trying to find I remember, again, this is 10 years ago, I remember trying to find a retail storefront for like $800 and being able to find something. Some were even in like $500, but they were small. They were 500 square feet, which is nice. That's all you need anyways. And, but man, the rents for retail space now, it almost makes, you better be selling $100 chocolates and you better be selling out every day. I don't know. That's a whole other discussion for another day. Anyways, support local. We're trying to think of different ways to do that ourselves. But other than that, fam, we love you. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I got to go check my coolant, make sure the levels are right. And I might stop by and get some oil just in case it's oil, but I'm going to check the oil gauge right now. And join us Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live. And then join us on YouTube membership. Support the channel so that we can do, more cool things. All right, guys, be well, eat well, and take care of each other. Ciao.